Okay. In previous session, we have discussed about basics of event handling. In previous class, we have seen about introduction about your event handling and uh, delegation event model, which we are using in our event handling. And next, we have seen what is meant by events, what is meant by event sources, and also what is meant by event listeners. So today we are going to see with in detail examples for each and every event class, event source class, and event listener interfaces. Okay. So for everything, we are going to see the examples today. So if we consider any event class, so what is the superclass of any event class? Event object, which is present in java.util. This is already we have seen in previous session. In the same way, in AWT also we are having one class called as AWT event. Okay, which is subclass of event object. So see here, the class awt.event is defined in java.awt.package. AWT package is a subclass of event object. That means what? Event object is superclass. Next level, that means the subclass of event object is AWT event. So why we are discussing about AWT event means it is a superclass for all the AWT based events. Okay, for all the events, event object. For AWT related events, AWT event. What is the superclass of AWT event? Event object. Okay, so these concepts were discussed in previous session. Now listen carefully. Now by comparing three different tables, I'm going to explain the concept. So first, event classes. That means what? Whatever the event that is going to be generated, we are having some classes. In the same way, those who are generating the events, those are called as event sources. For them also, we are having classes. In the same way, those who are going to respond for these events, called as event listeners, these are all interfaces. So I am showing you these three tables and I'm explaining with an examples. Okay. Now you can see first one. So this is what? Event. So how event is going to be occurred? By event source. Who is going to respond for that? Listener, event listener. Once again, I am repeating. Event class. Whatever the event that is going to be occurred. Uh, who is going to initiate this one? Event source. Who is going to respond for this one? Event listener. Okay, this is the concept. Now let us see, first class is what? Event class is what? Action event. That means an event called as action event. Now we are going to see when this event is going to be generated. Okay, so see, when generated, when a button is pressed, that means whenever we are going to press a button, some state change is going to be occurred in your container. That means what? Some event is occurred. Which type of event it is? We are calling that event as action event. Okay, next, in the same way, whenever we are going to uh, selecting list item, and that means whenever we are going to double click on an item in a list or a menu item is selected, that means in these three cases we are going to get an event called as what? Action event. In which cases? When button is pressed, or list item is double clicked, or menu item is selected. This is when we are going to get action event in these three cases. In the same way, now I am going to sources, event sources. See here in button, which type of, whenever we are going to use a button, which type of event has to be generated? See, action event. Already we have discussed here. Action event will be generated when a button is when a button is pressed. Okay, next, here what we are seeing, whenever we are talking about button, we are going to get which event? Action event. In the same way, a second concept is what? In second case is what? A list item is double clicked. That means any item of a list is double clicked, then action event is going to be generated. In the same way, any one of the menu item is selected, also we are going to get action event. Now let us see about this list and menu item also. So if you go to list, see, generates an action event when I double clicked, when item is double clicked. Okay, next, we have to see what? Menu item. Whenever we are going for menu item also, we are going to get what? Action events. So now we have seen what? Event class and event source, action event, and how it is going to be generated and when it is going to generate it. Now who is going to respond for these events? Some listener has to be there. So that is action listener. See, defines one method to receive action events. That means it is going to define a method for what? To perform the action event. So what is that method? Already we have discussed about this action listener in our lab sessions. That is action performed. There is only one method called as action performed in your action listener. So this is the brief introduction about your action event. And next action event related sources, event sources, and also action listener. Now I am going to show you an example regarding these three. Okay, so I am going to show you a action event, so that I will take a button example. So action listener already I have taken. So see, here what I am doing, I have taken one frame, I am going to take one text field, and I am going to take here one button. So actually I have written where code has to be written. Whenever some action is going to be performed, that will be performed on which code? Action performed. So see, here what I am telling, e dot get source. E is nothing but action event. When some event is occurred, if the source is, if the source is what? B means what? Button. That means if you are going to do anything on a button, then what has to be done? In text field, I am going to set a text called as welcome to Java. Now here in this example, what you have to understand, whenever the source is button, okay, whenever we are performing some event on a button, whenever we are going to press on a button, internally some event has to be occurred. What is the name of that event? Action event. Who has to respond? Action listener. So see, in your program you have to write what here? Action listener, implements action listener. So if we are going to implement action listener, what we have to do? We have to implement the method of action listener. That is what? Action performed. So whatever the action you want to perform, when action event is going to be occurred, that code has to be written inside this public void action performed. So what is the action, what is the event that has to be occurred is written inside a action performed. So what has to be done? Whenever you are going to press a button, which code has to be printed? Welcome to Java has to be printed on your text field. So this is our program. I will show you by executing this one. So see, okay, now see, here you can observe what? One text field and one button. So whenever I am going to click on this button, what I have written code, it has to print, it has to set the text as welcome to Java. That means this is a button which I am going to consider as a source for your action event. So see, when I am pressing this one, what happens? Internally, action listener has responded for this one. Okay, and in action listener, which method is there? Action performed is there. So it directly goes to action performed, and it is going to print this one. So e dot get source, e is what? Action event. When I am going to click on this one, this is what? Button only. So e is my get source is B only. Internally button name is B. So button name is B only. What has to be done? If it is tf dot, tf is nothing but text field. Internally already I have specified here. So text field, I have to set text. Which text I have to set? Welcome to Java. So this is whenever we are going to press a button, internally action event is going to be occurred. Due to whom? Due to this source, which is a button. Who is going to respond for these action events? Action listener, by using one of the method called as action performed. Only one method is there anyway, action performed. Okay, this is the example for your action event, action listener, and also a button. Now let us go to second one. So see, second one is, second event is adjustment event. In the name it says what? Adjustment. If you see the screen, if I want to adjust, if I want to go to next one, otherwise if I want to get a first line here, you see here directly it is here without any space we are having. If I want to get some space, I have to adjust this one. That means based on what we are going to adjust this one, we are adjusting the screen based on this scroll bar. That means we have to discuss about scroll bar. So when this event is going to be generated, when this event is going to be generated, when a scroll bar is manipulated. Manipulated means what? Changing. See, already scroll bar is here. I'm going to manipulate it. That means I can scroll down or I can scroll up. So which event is occurring here when I'm going to manipulate this scroll bar? So see, this event, is called as what? Adjustment event. So when this event is going to be occurred, whenever I am adjusting scroll bar, so the event is called as what? Adjustment event. So when it is going, what is the source for this adjustment event? Scroll bar. Because of whom the adjustment event is occurring? Because of scroll bar. So if you go to event sources, you can see what scroll bar. See, scroll bar generates adjustment event when scroll bar is manipulated. In the same way, for adjustment event, it is an event, it is generated by scroll bar, and who has to handle it? Adjustment listener. So we are having whom? Adjustment listener. So defines one method to receive adjustment event. As we have seen in our action listener, in the same way in adjustment listener also we are having one method to receive these type of uh, adjustment events, so it can handle that one. So now I will show you one example for this one also. So if I take the example, and if I discuss the code also, it will take so much time. So I'm directly showing you the how it is going to be done by showing you the output. Okay. So now here what I have to focus on is scroll bars. Okay. Okay. Here I have taken in I think in applet. So now you can observe here. See. So see here you are having scroll bar. See, when I'm scrolling here, you can observe right side in my command prompt. It is going to give me some values here. That means what? See, when I'm coming down, it is from 1 to 90. Now I'm going back. See, that means it's going to show you what scroll bar 2. In such a way, I have written a code. So in scroll bar 1, I am scrolling now. So see, I have, when I'm coming down, you are going to get some dimensions, some values here. If I'm going back, see here, the values are going to reduce. That means here we are going to I want to show you something is going to be happen when I'm going to scroll this one. Internally, some event has going to be occurred. So in that case, I'm going to return. I have written this code. You can write any code. Okay. I want to show you what is going to be happen so that I have printed these things here. First thing you have to do what? You have to observe what? By scrolling this one, some event is going to be occurred. Which type of event? Adjustment event. So if adjustment event is going to be occurred, who has to respond? Adjustment listener. Internally for him there will be for that interface we are having some method. So internally in that method I have written this type of code. This has to be done. You can write any type of code. Okay, see, you can observe clearly this is called as adjustment. When I'm manipulating this scroll bar, what is going to be happen? Some event is occurring here. Okay, you can take any number of scroll bars. You can take here, you can take here. I have used a border layout and I have taken only these two sides. You can also take these two sides, south and north, anything you can take, no problem. Okay, this is about your scroll bar. And which event is has occurred here? Adjustment event. Who is going to handle this one? Adjustment listener. Okay, next one is component event. Already you know what is meant by component. What is the super class of all the components? Sorry, what is the super class of all the classes of your AWT? Component. Component is the super class of all the classes of your AWT. So container is also a subclass of component. Already when I am discussing about container and component, I have discussed that. Okay. So container is also considered as one component because container is having those properties. Okay. So now I am component event. When this component event is going to be occurred. So generated when a component is hidden. That means if you are going to hide some component or move some component or resized or making it visible, all this comes under your component event. So how this component event is going to be occurred? When it is going to be occurred? So here if you see, nothing will be there. Okay, so because there are many types of components, we cannot particularly say only button, only checkbox, because button is a component, checkbox is a component, all these are components. Even window also we can consider as a component, because we are saying what container is a component, is also one component. So everything generally when we are using in GUI are all what components only. So who is going to handle, someone has to handle it. So for that we are having component listener, and it is having how many methods? Four methods we are having. For what? One is for hidden, one is for moved, one is for resized, another one is for shown. If you see this example, you can identify each and every method clearly. Okay, okay, see here, if you observe clearly you can identify. See here, before it is generated here, what happened? Component resized. Initially component is not there, so it is resized. So both check here. Sir, why we are getting some messages here? I have written internally code in such a way, so you can observe internally what is going to be happen. So when already how many methods are there, I told you. Here I am having, see, four methods I am having. One is for what? Hidden, one is for what? Moved. See, when I am moving this one, what happens? See, moved, you are going to get a message. Resized, see, I'm going to change the size of here, so it is getting what? Resized. Okay, if I move this one, you are going to get a move. If I resized, you have seen. If I want to hide means what? See, if I'm going to hide this one, I think I have not written about the hide method. Anyway, no problem. Next, shown. So here mainly I have focused on what? Resized, moved. I have shown, and also resized and moved. I think only two methods I have implemented, so no problem. I have not implemented remaining two methods. So only I have used what? Resized and moved method. Okay, you can observe this one. So whenever I am going to select this one, you can observe what I am going to highlighting this one. Okay, showing. So when I am going to click on this one, so what happens? We are highlighting something here, we are selecting this one. So whenever we are going to perform this event, some event is occurring here. The state of this one is what? Nothing is there. Now when I'm going to click on this one, the state of your content is going to be changed. Before tick is not there. Now it is there. Okay, it is means what? State of your uh, GUI has been changed. So these are what? Component events. That means if you are going to perform anything on the components, component is going to be, sorry, component event is going to be occurred. In the same way, component listener is going to be handle those events. Okay. All right. Now, next one, container event. So very easy. Container means what? You can observe like window, applet, frame. All these are what? Container events. So for that also we are having what? No need of, because here if you observe what? So see, here if you observe all are what? Components only. In this case, it is only window. When we are going to perform some actions on events on a window event is there separately for that window. Okay. So now what is the listener that is there for your container? See, container listener is there. How many methods are there in that container? Two methods. One method is for adding, another method is for removing a container. Okay. So for that container exam, I have taken for container also an example. Okay. Okay. See here, just you have to observe what here I have taken this one. These are what? Some buttons I have taken. So see, when I'm going to click on this one, internally something has happened. So select first, select fourth, select third, select fifth, and that means what? This is a container. If I'm going to perform anything on this container, I have internal written this type of code. Okay, you can write any type of any code, no problem. But I have written this type of code. Okay, all right. So this is about your, just you remember the names. That means what? Event sources, event names you have to remember. Who is going to handle that event you have to remember. And what is the source you have to remember. I am showing you clear examples for everything here. Okay. Next one. If you see now, contain the focus event. See, focus means what? Highlighting something. Okay. Generated a component gains or loses a keyboard focus. Okay. So see, who is going to handle this one? Same names will be there. Focus listener. It is having two methods, gains and losses the keyboard focus. Let us see. Okay, see. So see here, first gained. So that means what? Focus is on what? First. If I am going to focus on second, what happens? Second gained. So now focus in is on what? This is selected on what? Second. Now if I focus on first, see, again it has gained the focus. So now second has lost. If I press on second, I am focusing on second, not on first. See, if you see these dotted lines, you can understand. Whenever we are focusing on anything, we will get these dotted lines. So I am focusing on first. So I got dotted lines on this button. Now I want to focus on the second. So see, now what happened? These dotted lines are focusing this one. That means what? Focus lost is here. Okay. So focus gain, focus lost. So if I want to focus on first, the focus will be lost from your second button. See, for second focus lost, first gain. These are the messages I am going to print. Just you can also write on your own code. Okay, but you have to understand what here two things are going to be done. One is what? Focusing and losing the focusing. Focus gain and focus lost. Next one. Next one is what? Input event. So this input is event is going to occur when some it is an abstract class. Remember that input event is an abstract class of all component input events. So I have taken one example, I think, for input event also. Okay, not taken, because input is what? Generally we will consider whenever we are going to give some input, this input event is going to be occurred. No need of seeing separate examples for this one also. So I have not taken any example. Next, item event. Item, when already we have seen this one. Okay, once again I will explain. Item event. When item is event is going to be occurred, when checkbox or list item is clicked. When it is going to be occurred, when checkbox or item is list item is clicked. Also occurs when choice selection. Okay, anyway, I will show you the example directly. So if we go to choice, what happens? Item event. When I go to checkbox, which event? Item event. That means what? Name of the event is item event. When it is going to be occurred, if you are going to perform anything on checkbox or choice, we are going to get what? Item event. In the same way, list also, see, whenever I'm going to double click on this list item, I'm going to get action. When I'm going to select, I'm going to get what? Item event. So in these three cases, I'm going to get which event? Item event. So checkbox, when I'm going to select a checkbox, we are going to get an item event. When I'm going to choice, that means already we have seen these examples, we are going to get item event. When I'm going to consider list of item, that means just if I'm going to select the item in a list, I'm going to get what? Item event. So who is going to handle this one? Item listener is there. So I will take you an example. I will take one example and show you regarding your check boxes. Okay. Okay, as it is an item event, I have taken name as item. Okay, right. In this, we are having one method called as item state changed. What is the method name in item listener? Item state changed. Okay, anyway, I have taken this one applet viewer. Right. Now see, you can observe here. What are there? Three uh, three things I have selected here. There is one Java, one C++, and another one is Python. These are what checkboxes. See, when I am going to select Java, here something has to be internally, one event has to be occurred. What is that event? That event is item event. So who has to handle it? Item listener. In item listener, which method is there? Item state changed. So in item state changed, what I have written means when I'm going to select this checkbox, what should be happened here? Java has to be printed. In such a way, I have written the code. So here, if I print here C++, if I print here, select here Python. So initially it will not print. So initially this is the last one. So it has selected as Python. No problem. No, see. You can write any code, no problem. I have written in such a way. So see Java. When I press C++, C++. When I press Python, Python. Okay. So if you want to keep a clear button here, clear choice also here, then you can make what here to clear all the things. I will select a choice checkbox called as clear. You can write anyway, but you have to understand what here when I am selecting this one checkbox internally, what happens? Some event is occurred. What is that event? Item event. So who is going to handle this one? Item listener. Okay, right. Next. This is item event. Next one is what I will not explain about this key event and mouse event, and these three I will not explain because after completing all these concepts, we are having a examples. With examples, I have to explain to you. Okay, these three concepts: key event, mouse event, and wheel event. I am not going to explain. Okay, later I will explain. Next, text event. In the name it says what? Text. That means what? It is whenever we are going to enter some text into text field or text area. When I'm discussing about AWT, I have differentiated these two things. Text area means, okay, or text field. First, I will explain about text field means only we can enter the text in a single line. What about text area? We can enter multiple lines in a text area. So what is the super class of this text field and text area? It is text component. The class name is what? Text component. Anyway, now I will explain about this text event. So when it is going to occur, see text components generates text events when the user enters a character. Okay, who is going to handle this one? Text listener. Text listener is there for us. We are having a text listener. See, okay. All right. Now let us see about this example. So see here I have written code. See, when I am going to take something here, it is going to print something text value changed. Okay, that means internal I have written codes in such a way. So when I'm going to enter H inside your text box, text field, internally who is going to respond? Text listener. What event is going to be occurred? Text event. Okay, first you have to observe these things. I have used only one method here. So in that method, I have written what? Set label in this way. This label has to be set in such a way I have written a code. Okay, right. Now you can observe a last one, that is window event. Very important, and you should understand these names. You don't know what's going to be activated, de-iconified, or iconified. I will show you an example. So window event is an event which will be occurred when we are going to perform, when we are going to use a source called as window. Who is going to handle this one? We are having a window listener. Okay, right. Here we are having window focus listener also. We will see it also. Okay. So see, for window example, I have taken separate example. For window focus listener also, I have taken some example. So directly I will explain those two. So first I will explain about window example. So how many things we have to observe here? See here first. How many things? For everyone, every method I will show you an example. See, activated, closed, deactivated, de-iconified, iconified, open and quit. That means these many methods are there. So now Let's see. Activated and opened. Both are completed. See, activated and opened is completed. Now I want to show you what deactivated. So now it is in activated state where I'm going to activate this one. So this is going to what deactivate state. That means what highlight, for example, highlighting. So now which one is highlighted? This is highlighted. That means what this window is not highlighted. So this is not activated now. In the same way, I want to show you what de-iconified and de-iconified. So see, listen, see carefully. Whatever the message here, it is going to print. You have to observe. When I'm minimizing, it is said what de-iconified and deactivated. When I'm going to maximize it, see message de-iconified, iconified, de-iconified. Okay. Next, activated now. Now what you have to see? Activated, whenever it is going to an activated state, we are getting activated. Closed, after closing you are going to get this one. Deactivated means whenever I'm going to highlight, not highlighting this one, now it is highlighted. If I highlight this one now, this window now, what happens? This is deactivated, so that is going to print it. Next, de-iconified means what? Whenever I'm going to see, minimize this one, you are going to get iconified. Whenever I'm going to get back this one, you are going to see what? De-iconified. Next, opened is completed. Now I want to show you what? Quit. See, when I'm closing this one, which message is going to printed here? See, closed. Okay. Internally, which events have occurred? On whom I am going to perform the events? Window. So which operations like activated, closed, deactivated, de-iconified, iconified, opened? Okay. These are the different type of operations that I can perform on window. When I'm going to perform these type of operations on a window, window event is going to be occurred, and internally window listener is going to handle these events by using some methods. So these are the once again I will show you one more example regarding your window focus. So here window focus, also for that also I have taken some example. Window focus listener. Already you know what is meant by focus. So see here, this is highlighted now. Now see, I have highlighted this window. Already you have seen in previously, that is what activated and deactivated. In the same way here, this is now highlighted. So this, that means what? This focus is lost. And I'm going to click on this one. What happened? Gained. Now it is on focus. Now if I am going to focus on this window, that means on command prompt, see what happens. That means what? This window lost the focus. Okay. Yes. This is about your window focus listener. So these are the different, these are all different type of classes you have to observe. So event classes, these are event classes, and these are the sources which which is going to generate the events. And who is going to handle these events? Event listeners. So many classes we have discussed with an examples, and now mainly important things are what? Keyboard events and mouse events. So for them also I'm going to have an example, but before seeing this, I have to explain mouse, what is meant by mouse event and what is meant by key event. First I will explain about mouse events. Now I want to handle mouse events. Okay, that means what? That whatever the action that I am going to be performed by mouse, that is mouse, for those internally mouse listener is there, mouse motion listener is there, mouse wheel listener is there. Okay, again I'm repeating the same thing. For handling the mouse, that means what can we do, which type of events that can be done by using the mouse. Generally think what we can do with the mouse. We can click, we can release that button. If you want to see here, where is my mouse button? Here it is there. For example, see my mouse. Now it is out of this window, out of this PDF. When I'm going to enter, that means what? It is entered. When I'm going to scroll the mouse cursor out of that window, mouse exited. When I'm pressing on this one, mouse pressed. When I'm going to release, mouse released. When I'm going to clicked is different, pressed is different. We can observe it. Okay, so these are what some of the events we that can be handled on your mouse. Next one, what we can do? Dragged, I can move the mouse. Okay, and also I can click on mouse and drag the mouse. Okay, it is what? Motion, moving. Okay, next one, wheel. I can perform some operations by using wheel, mouse wheel. That means what? These are the different type of events I can perform by using the mouse. So if I am going to perform these type of events by using a mouse, what, who has to respond for that? Some three listeners are there. If you are going to perform these five different type of operation, that is clicked, entered, exited, pressed and released, one listener is there. Who is that listener? Mouse listener will handle those type of events. Next, for example, if you are moving mouse or dragging mouse, who is going to respond? Mouse motion listener. If you are going to perform an event with your mouse wheel, who is going to respond? Wheel moved. That is what your mouse wheel listener. Okay, for handling mouse events we are having three listeners are there. Okay, one is mouse listener, one is mouse motion listener, and third one is mouse wheel listener. Okay, right. So now here you have to observe what? Event name is mouse event. Who is going to handle? For handling these type of events, we are having three listeners: mouse listener, mouse motion listener, mouse wheel listener. Right. Very important here, sir. I don't want to handle mouse wheel listener, sir. So don't go for mouse wheel listener. Just implement which type of listeners? Mouse listener and mouse motion listener. Sir, I don't want to handle mouse motion listener also, sir. Just implement mouse listener interface. Okay, now see. I will show you the example for that. Listen carefully. So already you know about this applet code and everything. Now, see here. My name, see, remember very carefully here. This mouse events is my class name. That means you can also place my mouse events here. No problem. This is my class name. So I have placed what? Mouse events. But what is the class that is present while you are performing a mouse events? Mouse event. Event name is what? Mouse event. Internal class name is what? Mouse event. But here my class name is what? Mouse events. Okay, which extends app. That means I'm going to perform the mouse events on your applet. I'm going to implement only two things. One is what? Mouse listener and mouse motion listener. One thing you have to remember what? In mouse listener, I am having five methods. In mouse motion listener, I am having two methods. In mouse wheel listener, I am having one method. Total, how many methods are there? 8 methods for your mouse handling, mouse event handling. But if I am going to consider only one, I have to implement 5 methods. If I am going to use only mouse motion listener, two only. If I am going to implement only mouse wheel listener, I have to implement one only. If I am going to implement these two interfaces, I have to implement how many methods? 5 plus 2, 7 methods. In my program, I am going to show you those 7 methods because I am implementing what? Mouse listener and also mouse motion listener. Our class called as mouse events is implementing how many interfaces? Mouse listener and mouse motion listener. In mouse listener, how many interfaces are there? Sorry, how many methods are there? 5 methods are there. In your mouse motion listener, how many methods are there? 2 methods are there. That means in this class, I have to implement totally 7 methods. Okay, right. Directly, first I will show you the output and I will come back to this program and I will explain the code. So see, before going to that, which type of events is going to be occurred? Mouse events. So which listener has to be there? Mouse listener. First I have to add what? Add mouse listener for this mouse listener, and also mouse motion listener is there. For that I'm going to add what? Add mouse motion listener. So whenever I'm going to perform the event, I will come to that corresponding method and I will explain. So first I will execute this one. So the name of this one is what? Mouse events. So already it is there. So oh, we are having some errors. I think Code is not present. Once let us check here. So code is not there here. Okay, anyway, we are having the code here, no problem. We will just copy paste this one, it's enough. Not take more time. Don't worry about this code because it's very easy. For seeing, you can see many lines, but it is while executing, I will explain in detail about the code. Then easily you can understand. Just you have to remember what names. Just remember the names. That's enough. If you remember the names of the methods, you can write on your own. You can write on your own code. Okay. Right. I'm saving this one as mouse events. Okay. Now see, we are having the code now. It's again, some other thing has been copied here. 1 minute. Some header and footer has copied here. Anyway, no problem. Yes, no problem now. Now see. So you can see here, no, we are having no errors here. So I have used applet to execute this one. Right. Now applet viewer. Now see, you can get an applet. Listen carefully here. See, I will explain the code also for you. Now I will show you. See, when I am going to enter, what is printing? Mouse entered. First I will explain about mouse entered. See, everyone can see here mouse entered. Later I will discuss about moving mouse. First is what? Mouse entered. When I come out of this one, exited. When I entered this one, mouse entered. Okay, you can observe, I think. Anyway, I will explain about what? Mouse entered. To track this type of event, I am having a method called as mouse event. Oh, sorry, mouse entered method. So first go to mouse entered method. Here we are having a mouse entered method. Listen carefully. What is going to be happen? I have taken two variables named as mouse x and mouse y. So in mouse x, what I am placing 0, and y axis I am placing what 10. So message is going to printed here. Okay. Now, so that is the case. What is the message I'm printing? Mouse entered. So who has to print this one? Already we know in applet. If I want to print on something, in which method I have to focus? I have to focus on your paint method. So whenever your mouse cursor is entering into this one, who will be respond? Mouse entered method of mouse listener. After that, I want to print something. Something has to be happened when I'm entering this one. I want to print a message. So directly it will come to this paint method, and it's going to print what? G dot drawstring. In message, what I have passed there? Mouse entered. In mouse x 0, in mouse y 10. So in that position, I am going to get what? Mouse entered. Okay, that is the case. When I'm getting out, what is going to print at? Mouse exited. Sir, I want to print this message here. You can print. Just you have to give what? Access. Sir, how to know the access? Okay, wait 1 minute, I will show. How to know the access? See here, you can observe the access here. How these are coming, I will explain, no problem. So directly, if you take the access called as 156.63, you can print directly here, no problem. What you should know the x-axis and y-axis, that's enough. Just I have printed here. So when I'm moving out, what is printed? Mouse exited. Now go to mouse exited method. There's a method called as mouse exited. In that, what I have written, whenever mouse is coming out, just I am reading what? Mouse x equal to 0, mouse y equal to 10. Remember these two coordinates. And message, what I am doing? Mouse exited. Okay. So now you can observe here in paint what I am printing. So in paint, G dot drawstring of message is what? Mouse exited. And this is what? Mouse x. And this is what? Mouse y. That is what? 0 and 10. So it is when I'm coming out, where it is printed? In this axis, 0 and 10 only. This is exited. Next method is, for example, we already entered and Exited was done here. Now here you can observe clicked, mouse clicked. So already you know what is meant by mouse clicked. So see, clicked. When I'm going to click on the mouse, it's going to print. How it is going to print there? Again, same thing. 010, sorry, here 010 mouse clicked. So it is printed the message. Okay, next. Mouse exited completed, mouse entered completed, mouse clicked completed. Next, let us see about mouse pressed. So when I'm going to press on this mouse, what they have written down. Okay, so see, when I'm pressing on this one, it has to print which message? You have to observe this one. Listen carefully. Listen very carefully. ME is mouse event dot getx. This getx is a method which recognizes your x-axis and stores in mouse y. Get y, it will recognize y-axis and stores in mouse y. So see, when I am going to click here, so the where the message has to be printed at the same place, because here what you have seen, getx, that means where the mouse cursor is there, where I am pressing the button, at the same location x-axis and y-axis will be tracked and the message will be printed there, because we are using these messages getx. So if I press here, what is the location that is going to be changed? See, you can observe mouse moves, moving mouse at 54,91. That means here what happens? 54 will be stored in mouse x, 91 will be stored in mouse y. And which message has to be printed here? Down. So if I click here, what happens? In x-axis 179 is going to be stored. In mouse way, what is going to be stored? 49 is going to be stored. And if I press here, the message is going to printed there. Okay, you have to understand these two. Getx means what? Getx is a method which recognizes x-axis. Get-y is a method which recognizes y-axis. Right, now mouse released. Okay, so I will show you. So see, so when I am going to press, what happens? I have pressed down. When I'm going to release, what what has to be done? Released up has to be printed here. So see, clicked. 1 minute. See, released. When I click, see, down is printed. When I released, sorry, 1 minute. See, when I'm dragging, okay, I will show you this one later. Now I have pressed this one and I'm going to release. When I'm releasing, what is going to print it up? Because I have printed what up here. So why it is going to print with my mouse cursor? Because I am going to take the methods called as getx and getY. Getx means it will take current position of your mouse cursor. Okay, getY means what? It is also taking current position of your mouse cursor in y-axis. Okay, and we are going to print a message called as what? Up. Now dragging. So in dragging, what I have done? Which message I have to print? While I'm dragging, star has to be printed. Where it has to printed? In exact getx getY. And I'm going to show you one important method, that is show status. Whenever we are going to use a show status method, the message will be printed here. Okay, that is what left side bottom of your applet. So see, dragging mouse set. Okay, when I drag, you can observe that one. X-axis will be printed, y-axis will be printed. Now see, I'm pressing and dragging. Listen carefully. And I'm going to press which one has to be printed? Star. And in status, what has to be printed? Dragging mouse at some x-axis and y-axis. Let's see carefully. When I dragging, see what star is printed there. And if you see the status, that means here, what you can observe? Dragging mouse at some x-axis and y-axis. You have to observe clearly. You have to understand. Why star is printing there? Because in message I have passed star. In below in paint method, in x-axis and y-axis, I told you to print the message. So message is what? Star. Why it is showing dragging mouse at some x-axis and y-axis? Because dragging mouse I have given in show status. Why the x-axis and y-axis is going to change? Because the mouse cursor is going to be changed. If mouse cursor is going to be changed, how your how it is going to be recognized? Because I am using mouse x and mouse y methods. Okay, these methods I am using. Okay, that is the reason why it is going to print. What about mouse moving? So there also just I have taken show status. So whenever mouse is going to be moving, it is going to print what? Getx. X-axis it is printing here and y-axis it is printing here. How this x-axis is printing? Because of this getx. How this y-axis is going to print it? Because of this getY. See here. When I am moving this one, x and y axis are going to be changed. Very easy program. Just if you observe here, 7 methods are there and one paint method is there. So to perform these things, who has to be there? When I am performing entered, exited, all these things, who is going to respond for that? Mouse listener is there. If I'm going to move or drag, who is there for that? Mouse motion listener is there. That's enough. So this is the example for your mouse listener. Okay. Very important and easy. You can write on your own this code. If you just remember the names of this mouse listener and mouse motion listener. Right. Handling key events. So as we have seen for mouse, we are going to have the concept of keyboard events also. For mouse events, who is going to handle those things? Mouse listener, mouse motion listener, and next one mouse wheel listener. Sir, why you have not shown wheel listener? So just if you observe two things, you can also know third one. If you want to try it, try, no problem. You can get it, you will get it, no problem. Just what are the modifications you have done means in the above program, just write down. First thing is what? Say take the same program, and just write down here, comma, mouse wheel listener, comma what? Mouse wheel listener, and just here add one more thing. Add mouse wheel listener of this. Completed. Next, what we have to do? Write one method. What is that method name? Mouse wheel. Something is there. No? That method has to be written here. Just inside that one, you can write show status or anything you can write. No problem. Okay. Now keyboard events. For handling these keyboard events, I'm having one listener. See, if you observe this table, so I have left with what? See, mouse event completed, mouse wheel event also completed. Now I have to show you what? Now see, mouse listener completed, mouse motion listener completed, mouse wheel listener completed. Now for keyboard events, only one listener is there. That is what? Key listener. Next, for that, we are having what? Which event is going to be occurred for that? Key event. Okay, only one event is there. Key event. Okay, that means what? We have to know whenever we are going to generate a keyboard event, listener is there called as keyboard listener. In that, how many methods are there? 3 methods are there. Key pressed, key released, key typed. Okay. To handle keyboard events, you use the same general architecture as that shown in the mouse events. Ilage same in this way only we are going to write. The difference, of course, is that you will be implementing by key listener. Here we have implemented what? Mouse listener, mouse motion listener. Here what we are using? Key listener, because we want to implement what? Keyboard events, key events. Okay. Now see, same thing here also there. Just one listener is there. Add key listener. What I'm going to do? When I'm going to press key, what has to be printed? Key down. Next one is what? Key up. Okay. Whenever I'm going to type a key has to be taken. Okay. I will show you by example. Okay. I think this one is not there. 1 minute. Just I will copy paste this one. It's a small program. Just we have to use how many methods? Only 3 methods we are having for this one. Okay. So I have placed my class name as simple key. Okay. Oh, already it is there, I think. I have not seen. Anyway, no problem. I replace that. Oh, name is what? Simple key, so that we didn't get it. Right. Now I have used what? Applets. So I have to use applet viewer. So you can observe. So whenever here See, I am pressing keys. So when I press key, see the message. Up is there. Okay, sorry. When I press key, down is there. When I release this one, up is there. Okay. Again, I will show. Now here, what I am printing, backspace I am printing. Okay. So it's not what, just I'm going to show you what key press. When I'm pressing key down, when I'm leaving it, key up. Okay. Next, sir, whatever you are typing, how it is going to be taking here. So see, here we are having a message. See, first one is what pressed. Next one is what released. When I press, the message show status is what key down. Already in previous example, I have discussed the show status means what message will be printed here. Sir, where you how you are printing? I am having a method called as paint. So G dot drawstring, which one I have to draw? Message. In message, what is there when I am pressing key down? So key down will be printed here. In which x-axis and y-axis? X and y-axis are what? In X 10 is there, in Y 20 is there. Okay. Generally here I am using what only show status. So just it is going to print, not it will not go to this one directly. When I am using the method called as show status, the message will be printed here. When I am going to use shows in these two cases, I have used show status only. So when I'm pressing here, see which message down, when I'm leaving up. In the same place it is printing because I have used show status. What about this one? K dot get key care. Whatever the value I am going to give to it, it is going to be taken from where MSG, and it's going to print with x comma y. What is x comma y? 10 comma 20. So here, see here, so on pressing means what it has to say, take some characters. So by using this get key care, we are going to take the characters, and we are already, MSG plus equal to this one means what? It is nothing but MSG equal to MSG plus whatever the characters we are inserting next. So all these are concatenated and it is storing there. Okay, just see in this what you can observe, only small code is there. Just three methods. Already in init method we have to use add key listener. Next three methods are there. Key pressed. Next one is key released. Next one is key typed. And if you want to print anything, we have to use this one. Sir, I don't want to use this one, sir. Just I want to use go show status only. Then use show status only, no problem. But I want to differentiate here. What key is printing here, at the same time some message has to be shown here. If I do all these things here only, what happens? B will be printed, key up, key down also will be printed here, where you cannot observe clearly. So I have given for this one some 10 comma 20, and I am going to print remaining two cases these things. Okay, this is about your mouse handling and keyboard handling, or mouse events and key events. Okay, so this is in next session we will see about your adapters.